Good morning, YouTube. At the time of the recording of this video, it is 4:54 a.m. on Saturday the 30th. This is a holiday weekend, and we are about to do chest, shoulders, and triceps. But first I was gonna have some pre-workout. I've actually already had a little bit of coffee this morning. I have to start every morning out with coffee and a quiet time. I read every morning. But this EVP is a pre-workout that I really like. I've been using it for a couple of months now. EVP Extreme, made by Evogen. It's good. The scoops are always buried. This is brand new, so I've cleaned off a screwdriver here so I can dig out the scoop. Most of you guys out there can relate. The scoops are always buried. It's like this one doesn't even have a scoop in it. I'm not kidding. I'm not finding anything. That maybe at the very bottom, turned upside down, is the scoop. Yep, literally at the very bottom and upside down. I think they throw the scoop in first, then pour in all of the pre-workout. So you guys can definitely, I'm sure, can relate to that. Almost give up. Then nope, there it is at the very bottom. So one scoop of that. I don't do pre-workout exactly the same as everybody else because I do already have some caffeine in me to begin with. I've also taken a little shot of honey. Some days when I need some extra energy, I'll take a shot of honey before a workout as well. And I usually drink most of maybe like a Fairlife Core 42 gram protein, or a regular Fairlife 30 gram, some kind of protein drink, so my stomach's not completely empty since it's so early in the morning and I don't eat first. But I sip my pre-workout as I'm working out. But anyway, we're going to get to it. We're going to do chest, shoulders, and triceps. Okay, for you guys that this might be the first YouTube video that you're watching, my name is Mark Abram and I own the Resistance Barbell Club. It's a gym we've been open for about 4 years. I'm 60 years old. And we're going to start off this morning with the Hammer Strength isolateral machine. We're going to get the chest warmed up a little bit. I've been lifting weights for most of my life, since I was about 14 years old, really. Off and on, of course. But my goal here is I just want to help guys, men and women, to get fit, stay fit, and live a healthier life. I've always been more or less into bodybuilding. I've never competed. I got interested in competing at younger ages, but I was always natural, so I didn't feel like I could really compete. So a couple of years ago, I decided to go get my hormone levels checked because I know myself and I know what I'm supposed to feel like every day. I'm a very active person. Felt like I was just getting weaker. My drive to just get up and go every day was down. Knowing what I know about fitness, I knew my T levels were probably low. So I went and got checked, and of course I was very low on my testosterone. I hadn't crashed or anything, but it was definitely low enough that I knew I had to do something about it, because I didn't like feeling like that anymore. I think I was 57, about to turn 58. So I decided to try testosterone replacement therapy for a while and just see if it made a difference. And of course it did. It does for everybody, pretty much. So I've been doing like a low dose of testosterone replacement therapy since then. I'm 60 years old now. I feel great. I'm normal. I feel like I would if I was 25 or 30. Other than the normal aches and pains that you have being 60. Recently I've tried some peptides, which have also helped me burn off a little bit of extra fat. I've been working on that recently, so trying to get leaner in here. Like everybody, you want to stay lean. You want to be strong, but you want to be lean. So we'll get another good final set here in a minute, and then we'll move on to shoulders. Well, I meant we'll get another final set on this machine. We're not moving on to shoulders yet. I've still got another exercise to do for pecs. But I'm not going real hard today. I haven't had a deload week in quite a while. So I'm just going to go at about 60% today. I don't mean 60% as far as weight. I just mean 60% as far as failure. Okay. We'll do some cable flies. Okay, we're going to do some cable flies now. I really like cable flies for mid and upper pec. I sort of set my pulleys down where they're at a little bit lower angle than my shoulders. So I'm pulling up sort of in the air. I do this because I don't have a pec deck in the gym yet. I've never really seen a need to get one. We're probably going to be getting one soon for a lot of the members. This is a good pec exercise for stretching out your pectorals. I don't use a lot of weight. I try to focus on a good squeeze at the top. Keep a pretty good rhythm. Go slow when I'm extending. That's a good first set. I want to go back to mentioning the TRT. There's a lot of you guys out there that'll see that and immediately think, oh, TRT, he's on this magic bullet. It is not a magic bullet. No more than having normal testosterone levels are a magic bullet when you're in your 20s. It doesn't mean that you're just going to take it and suddenly you're going to get jacked. No, it does not work like that. You have to train your butt off. You have to eat right. Being older, you guys out there that are watching this that are older, you're thinking, dude, if I got on TRT, I'd look good too. You might, if you're training right and you eat right after a certain amount of years. It doesn't happen overnight. It's like anything else. It's just like when you're in your 20s and 30s and you're at a normal testosterone level. You're not going to be naturally just jacked. So if you guys see someone walking around in the background, that's my wife. We're here early Saturday morning before the gym opens, and that's when she does more or less a deep clean on the bathrooms. She's the one that keeps our gym looking really clean. My employees do a pretty good job every night, but my wife comes in on Saturday and Sunday mornings and spends hours cleaning our gym. I really love this exercise. It feels really good to just do it. And yeah, I do usually go to failure for at least 2 of my sets, but like I said, I'm trying to take a lighter day today, a recovery day, but still work out. Yes, a lot of people call it a deload day. You're really supposed to do a deload week from time to time. It feels really good. For you guys out there that are thinking about maybe getting on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, I mean, that's what mine is. The doctor, I would recommend going to a doctor. They'll prescribe you a dose that's safe and keeps you in a normal range. You don't want to overdo it on that. You can get a lot of side effects: acne, excessive hair loss, A lot of guys by my age, they're in their 40s and 50s, they're already starting to lose quite a bit of hair anyway. Fortunately, I still have most of my hair. But it does improve the quality of your life if your levels are already low. Your sex drive will go back up to normal. Your I want to get that done drive comes back. You feel motivated again, ready to go. You can also try plenty of methods, natural methods for keeping your testosterone up. I did try some of that. It just didn't seem to work for me. There's probably better methods out there now that I haven't researched. I don't do a lot of research on it because getting on the TRT solved it for me. I feel great most of the time. I do train hard. I own a gym, obviously, so I get to be here 7 days a week if I want, anytime I want. And so that's a benefit for me. But if you guys are low, I'd recommend you give it a try. Okay, we're going to move on to shoulders now. I like to start off shoulders with lateral flies. I don't do a lot of pressing movements anymore. Sometimes I do, but I just find that it hurts my shoulders more than it should. And I am always trying to stay injury free. And I have found that lateral raises just makes my shoulders feel great. This is a good warm-up set. Lateral flies. As long as you're just always sure to control the weight. Don't drop the weight on the way down. When you get toward the end of your set, you can kind of sling them a little bit if you want to. I like to control it most of the time. I just feel like I get a better pump. Okay, we're moving on to the second set. I upped my weight to 25s. The most I've ever done lateral raises with is 30. I feel like if you're keeping your form pretty strict, you gotta get pretty strong to get over 30s. And do them fairly correctly. That's it. I know I said I was going to take a deload day, but I always find myself going a little harder than I plan to. For reference for you guys, last time I measured, I was like 5'8" and a half. This morning I weighed 186. It's really hard to tell on YouTube how big somebody actually is. Some guys don't look as big as they really are. In real life, you'll see them reference, you'll see them with somebody else, you're like, dude, I had no idea he was so big. And then other guys, you'll think, oh, he's not as big as I thought. So I don't know what you're thinking. I'm just trying to have full disclosure here. I just want you guys to know what's pretty average. I've been up to 195 before. That's the heaviest I've ever been. I might have got 196. It's just I stopped weighing at 195, and a couple weeks later I was still at I was 195 again, so I don't think it went up. I think it started going down, but I was looking pretty fat on the back. My stomach was really getting that old man pooch, Even though I was working out, it still happens. You just have to watch what you eat, especially the older you get. Even though I'm extremely busy, I have 2 companies, and I'm also a professional photographer. I do photo shoots a lot, usually just collaborations, mostly fitness photography. All these photos you'll see around the gym and the posters, I did 99% of them that are on the wall. I just want you guys to see reality. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Okay, that's it. All right. and we'll do another delt exercise. I'll get set up. Okay, moving right along. We're gonna hit rear delts now. I feel like I get the front of my deltoids pretty good working chest, and then lateral flies are getting the mid delts. So I found that my rear delts were falling behind, I don't know, about a year ago, and I really started focusing on that. So I'm hitting rear delts specifically every delt workout now, and this is one of my favorites. This is just bent over lateral flies. This also hits your trapezius muscles. But try to keep the video a little bit brief. I'm not doing as many reps as I normally would, so I usually try to stay in the 8 to 12 rep range. Sometimes I'll go up to 15. I'll really lighten up the weight and go all the way up to 15. That's really good for your rear deltoids back there, and you won't balance with your deltoids, especially older guys. I think having your rear deltoids strong, your trapezius strong, it helps to keep you upright. My wife made an observation a year or two ago that I was starting to kind of slump over a little bit, not paying attention. I was really working my traps and my rear delts, and the front, your pecs get strong, front deltoids get strong. And you need balance in your muscles, so, and you definitely want to stand up straight. It makes you look old when you slouch. Okay, this next exercise I'm going to do is face pulls with a little bit of a twist. We're going to rotate our fist back toward our ears. And for all you guys out there that always make comments about form and technique and you're doing that wrong, just save it. Every time I get a comment about bad form from somebody, I'll check their profile and say, hey, maybe this guy knows what he's talking about and I should pay attention. It'll be somebody that's got no posts, no videos, no credibility. Most of you guys that make comments on people's form, you need to check yourself. Don't try to make people feel bad on social media who's out there trying to help each other. So many people that I talk to, they won't post because they're afraid they're going to get the criticism, or they did post and somebody criticized something that they were doing, so they stopped. So it keeps all of us from learning from everyone. You critics out there, you guys, if you can't say something positive about a post, or if you're, don't say anything at all, or if you're legit, you're a pro and you've got proof, you can prove to us you know what you're talking about, and you can genuinely help. But for you guys out there that never post, you have zero credibility as far as I'm concerned. So stop criticizing these people. I've got members in the gym that talk about that all the time, and we're missing out on a lot of good content because you few critics out there feel like you need to chastise everybody, make them feel bad about what they're doing. Come on, guys. Can't we all just get along? Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. These face pulls right here, notice how I'm rotating my fist around as I'm pulling back. You don't need much weight for this. I'm not going to do many reps here. Just kind of wanted you to see the technique. We'll do the next set. I'll show you a good set after this, and I'll get off my soapbox. Okay, let's get serious about this set. Okay, I upped my weight by 10 pounds. Time to move on to triceps. Okay, even though my triceps are pretty warmed up from working chest and shoulders, I I'll still do a warm-up set with lighter weight to really stretch out the tendons and ligaments. This is lying tricep extensions with a hammer grip. This has gotten to be one of my favorite tricep exercises. They do make a curl bar. Easy Curl does make a bar that you can use this grip. I just like to do the dumbbells because I feel like it keeps balance. I know when one arm is slightly weaker than the other, and I like being able to go down all the way beside my head without a bar coming. Now there are some guys that'll do this, they're way out like that right there. I mean, that works too. I don't critique anybody's style really, as long as you're really stressing the muscle and you're getting a good contraction at the top and you're using moderately heavy weight, you're going to get some results. Okay, we're going a little heavier this time. I'm going to go ahead and just do a real set for you guys. This is going to be a good test for my sound because I didn't turn off the music in my earbuds, and if you can hear this on the video, I'll have to delete this scene, but if you can't hear it, that's cool. I'll be able to use it. The next thing I like to do for triceps is tricep push downs on a cable machine. This bar that I'm using right now has just a slight V to it. Since I did the full hammer grip, I could be using just a flat bar for this, but this really pretty much hits the same angle on the muscle. It's a little bit more comfortable on the wrist because of the slight V in the bar. This is my first set. It's still sort of a warm-up. I always start off with a little bit less weight than what I'm going to work up to. Just wanted to give you guys an example of the next tricep exercise. I'm trying to get the outside, mid, and inner tricep just for the maximum size. Okay, for this set, I decided to turn the cap around so there's not so much shade on my face. And also, we're going to do this no shirt so you guys can see that I'm getting a good pump from this workout. I might be able to get a good thumbnail out of this set. And we all know that if the thumbnail isn't good and impressive, people will not click on the video. I hate to think about all the videos that I miss out on good content because they didn't have a good thumbnail. And I need to learn how to get good thumbnails. Okay, I'm going to do one more set of those and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, final set. And then we're going to wrap it up. That'll be my Saturday morning workout with you guys. It's chest, shoulders, and triceps. That's what I do on a typical push day. Chest, shoulders, and triceps. Sometimes I'll throw in one more exercise per body part. But like I said, this week, today I'm trying to do a slight deload, not going as hard as normal. Okay, we're not going to force out any. Okay, we'll do a quick pump check and wrap up the video. I try to do all of my pump checks and progress checks in the same spot in my gym. That way I know the lighting is exactly the same and I can compare videos. I've got some shade that comes from this light right here, but if I can get in the right position, you can tell I've really been working on losing fat lately. Trying to thicken up my chest, my pectorals. Well, okay guys, this is me, 60 years old, gym owner. I'm doing the best I can. I try to set a good example for other men out there. I don't want you guys to give up. Guys in their 40s, 50s, a lot of times they think I'm done. No, you're not done. You can get in the gym. Women, 40s, 50s. My wife is 57. She looks incredible. I'm trying to talk her into doing some videos with me. Maybe you guys can give her some encouragement. Comment below if you'd like to see us work out together. I think it'd be fun. I'll see you in the next video.